You might be clicking on this video wondering what on earth does bandits have to do with player outfits? And it's a fair question. It seems, however, that as always many things are connected. So I thought I might as well cover it together and kill two zombies with one stone. Actually, there is a third thing that is also connected, so I suppose it's killing 3 zombies with 1 stone. Oh damn, I'm good. So, first, I'll do a brief view of the bandit info, then the outfits, and then the third mystery piece. So, let's listen to what the fun pimps have to say.
Yeah, bandits and new character armor system and all new meshes. It'll be amazing. Concept art is great. We've already got some of the models. We're not really going to get into that this evening, but that's working on in the background, and that'll be Alpha 21.
Bandits are being worked on, quite a few models actually. We have a plan.
We have 3 tiers of each bandit, kind of like a similar motif, kind of like light, medium, and heavy. Each one will be a little more armored and a little more deadly and a little higher game stage, basically. So you kind of get used to a certain guy, but he's gonna, be outfitted with better weapons and heavier looks in his armor as they upgrade.
Well, there'll be a story. Story is, there's a trader to trader progression that's improved in 20. But more of the story bits, we have an animated intro and more quest plans for the main 2 faction leads, if you will. That stuff is going to be happening in future 21.
Yeah, the story is pretty cool. We've got a prototype of the storyboard I just saw the other day, and it's looking really good. We hired a professional voice actor, and yeah, it's going to be great when it's finished. But it really just sets the mood when you load the game. It'll play the intro video. Pretty neat stuff.
As you can hear, there are multiple tiers of different bandits with different outfits and equipment. And they've actually already teased some of this already, but this is where bandits and outfits intersect. They need to get the outfit system up in order to enable this to be used for the bandits as well in a modular fashion. In effect, players will be able to wear a bunch of outfits, have certain bonuses, abilities, and the bandits will be using a silver system where there can be a base unit with just some, basic weapon, light or heavy with increasing amount of armor, different gear, different weapons, abilities in order to properly challenge the player as the game stage increases. Now they have mentioned that the outfits for the players definitely is not making it into Alpha 20. I think there are 2 reasons there. One, the system is not ready for being implemented, or rather it's not ready to work quite the way they wanted yet. Secondly, there was a lot of negative feedback previously. People did not quite seem to like it, and I think they're taking that into account and making sure that when they do launch it, that it fits into the game, fits into the story, and is something that players will come behind.
Are we going to do bosses in the game? We do bosses, and we've been kicking around an idea of bosses that spawn with hand items. And,
in that example would be like the snow zombie or lumberjack. First tier 1 might just use his hands to attack you, and then they would have a higher tiered one would have like a fire axe, and the top tier radiated one would come at you with a chainsaw.
That's awesome. We want to do that type of stuff in 7 days to give the game a lot of headroom for game staging.
Yeah, that way late game, it just gets nastier and nastier instead of, just have a more natural and really long progression. So you just see a larger variety of enemies and behaviors.
I'm really looking forward to that animated intro because I think that will give us that teaser about how they really see a lot of these things flesh out. But as you can tell here, this is the third part where you have boss zombies spawning with equipment. Now they do make the example of a lumberjack with an axe or chainsaw radiated. Well, I don't think necessarily this is how it's going to be turning out because It's a bit weird to see a zombie being able to wield a chainsaw, but it shows some of the type of progression that you might see for bandits, or rather the same type of progression. You could, for instance, imagine having not a zombie with a gun, but outfitted with some light armor, maybe some leather, maybe even some plate, sort of to tie into the story where maybe the Duke has outfitted some zombies with armor in order to protect their camps or to send to cause mayhem at the opposite White River faction. And things like that I think would make sense and be really cool.
Yeah, the next concept is, this is the main protagonist in the game. You're going to see in a couple of alphas yet. This is Duke Cassador. He is the bad guy in the world that's taking over through muscle. And but the plan for progression is after you do enough quests for all the traders, you get the attention of the Duke and Noah Wright, the main good guy in the game and the main bad guy in the game. You know, both of them want to hire you, and you'll end up getting to do quests for them of different types.
The two factions, yeah.
Yep. Yes. So this is a really cool concept. The idea is the game's set in central Arizona. He's a American Indian guy who owns a casino. He's a baddie that has lots of security, and he wants to restore order to the world through the use of force. And Noah Wright wants to restore order through humanitarian efforts, but they disagree on how to do that, and they've been fighting. And you are the equalizer. And this is one of his baddie elite warriors that's part of the Cassador clan. So each faction, we wanted to have some elite soldiers, but we also wanted to have like kind of a small, medium, and large enemy type that has a system where their armor could be bolted on and attached, and we could equip them with weapons, and they would game stage up somewhat based on what equipment they had, whether it be armor or weaponry. This is a concept for the heavy. I love that one. So imagine seeing that guy coming at you with a minigun. It won't take very many of them to make it difficult, that's for sure.
And that is a bunch more of information about what the thoughts are for the story, the progression, bandits, NPCs. And while some of this information is recent, some was also given early during the 820 development stream that I pulled in here for completeness. But it is clear that they have been working on this at least on a slow burn for more than a year, probably 2 years. So I can definitely see how we could start seeing more of the story and even potentially see bandits appearing in Alpha 21. Not 20, but at least 21. What I would like to see is perhaps some friendly NPCs populating a White River settlement, even if it's something similar to a trader, and likewise having the Duke in his casino somewhere with a faction headquarters. Simple NPC types, bandits, melee bandits, maybe ranged. They actually did during Alpha 19 mention that melee bandits was pretty much already there, so I could see that coming in. But something basic that gets this into the game, lets us experience it, even as they improve and develop a story and concept further. And hey, why not have a bandit wandering horde? But what do you think? What should they do with bandits and NPCs for Alpha 20? Take care, Survivor.
Special thanks to the great patrons supporting the channel. If you would like to join the vetted community and support these videos, do follow the Patreon link.